Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a Rubick game, as you can see. Well, you can see it from the title already, so what am I talking about? Anyhow, we are currently walking with him and the game is paused, so we're going to have to wait a little bit for that. Maybe I can fast forward through that. Yeah, I can. So yeah, we're going to wait up a little bit. Apparently someone disconnected. Yeah, indeed, the invoker disconnected. So yeah, we are going to go back to the normal speed now, and that is 1x speed. Indeed. So invoker is kind of a, or sorry, not invoker, Rubick. It's kind of a strange champion. So I guess the Rubick is well chosen, the name itself, because it reminds us, of course, of Mr. Rubick from the Rubik's Cube. From Rubik's Cube, I should say. Yeah, this guy is kind of a real magic character. He has telekinesis. He has the ability to steal spells. He has, well, just a bouncing bolt, and he has some magic resist. Magic resist is very useful, especially in the late game when percentage magic resist really comes into play. And we are going to hold off the minion wave for a little bit. So this, yeah, holding off the minions is pretty hard to do. And as you can see, he messed it up pretty early on. So yeah, it is a skill that a lot of the high level players have, but it is pretty hard to do. So I do recommend you try it out, because, well, it costs nothing to just try it out. But it is really hard. The idea is you need to stop the minion wave as often as possible by just hitting either stop or hold position. I don't know which one. I think it's just stop. So you will stop moving, and then the minions will run into you. And before they run around you, you have to start walking again. And as you can see, a very early kill here with a triple gank, or rather two guys ganking the. Yeah, well, I guess the Phantom Lancer is 3 guys at the moment, but also Mirana coming in to gank. And that is the strength, of course, of DotA, or in DotA. You can be as invisible as you want. Although wards last for 6 minutes, the jungle is so big that it's really hard to ward up everything. And so people normally get caught by these kind of ganks. And obviously, yeah, we're going to use those clones as well as possible. But yeah, he picked up the illusion rune early on and really came out ahead with that, because he actually got a kill out of it, and that is pretty big. So anyhow, let's discuss the skills a little bit. First of all, telekinesis. You can only pick up champions with this one. Sorry, heroes. At least, no, it's... I thought it was only heroes, but no, you can actually pick up minions as well. You pick them up and you throw them back onto the ground somewhere else. Well, you can choose to just let them drop where they are, or you can choose to let them drop on another region. That is why you have these two things available, at least I think. Well, for now, they're not filled in. They will. Oh no, no, never mind. That's for the spell steal. No, you will just get a second cast on this one. Sometimes you get different buttons, but yeah, so you have multiple spells here. You have 6 spells instead of the normal 4. But yeah, the telekinesis is pretty straightforward. You pick up an enemy and you throw it down on the ground somewhere else. It will stun around the landing point in a pretty big region, actually. Yeah, we will see it later. It displays pretty, well, pretty obviously. Then we have the Fate Bolt, which is apparently the one he's maxing first. It is just a bouncing bolt of energy. It does damage, well, reduce damage with each bounce and blah blah blah. It's the same as any other bouncing bolt. It gives a debuff, it does damage, it, yeah, it's just, it's a good spell. It's a good spell. And the bottom lane in a little bit of trouble here, because of the amount of damage coming out from this guy, which is of course a late game carry, But, well, Anti-Mage is very good at just dealing damage at any point in the game, but especially in the late game, he is super, super good. So, yeah, Rubick coming out to help a little bit, and, well, with the Anti-Mage having quite a bit of magic resist, it's going to be hard to do anything against him for now. And, yeah, we're just going to have to deal with that at some point. Anyhow. The null field then. The null field is a passive that gives magic resist to, as far as I know, every hero on the field that's on your team, obviously. Because it does say his allies, but I'm assuming that's not for the minions, because, well, it's not normally for minions, these kind of things, but it doesn't say, so I'm not really too sure about that. The wording of some of these things is a little bit weird, but yeah, or a little bit inconclusive, I should say. And oh, lots of damage going off on both of the enemies, and no kills though, which is unfortunate. So and then the most awesome spell in his arsenal, he has Spell Steal, which is exactly what it says. It is a spell steal. You steal the spell of one of your enemies. I'm assuming only enemies. Yeah, one enemy hero. The last spell they cast. So if you see them cast a spell that you want, then just steal it. And you can cast it yourself. You can have up to 2 spells, I think, available to you. And you can obviously use them, well, just like they can. And you can use that for up to 5 minutes. It starts off with 3 minutes, 3, 4, 5. With the level up, of course. And it's a 16-second cooldown. So. Sorry about that. Yeah, it is a 16-second cooldown at max level. 20-second at, well, the first level. But yeah, the spell steal is of course what makes him great, what makes him unique as well. It allows you to just steal random spells, which can be very good against certain champions or heroes. Sorry, against certain heroes, it is just awesome, because if you can steal spells from, well, from enemies, then yeah, you can just completely dominate the field, because you can actually steal the spell that your team needs. So if your team needs an AoE damage spell, then you can steal an AoE damage spell. If on the other hand they need a global nuke, you can steal a global nuke, and so on. So yeah, it is pretty good. Unfortunately in this lane you don't have a whole lot to steal, because well, there aren't a whole lot of spells to steal. And as you can see, they went in with the invoker spell, but it is not going to matter, because it is just yeah, it is just going to fail hard. The invoker spell hit, but then Bounty Hunter went invisible, and there was nothing else they could do, and they in fact lost one of their champions, heroes. God damn! Why can't I remember that it's just heroes here? Anyway, I can remember, it's just always too late. So yeah, we are trying to last hit against the tower, which is pretty hard to do in any game. And we're just going to have to live with that. No, that was just a fail. That wasn't hard at all. Anyhow, he has his ultimate now, and is going to steal one of the spells. You could see it there. And he is going to, yeah, use that spell. So he stole Blink, which is a very good spell to steal. It's I think the only spell that Anti-Mage has. So every time you cast it on Anti-Mage, it gets you Blink. So yeah, the Blink is very good, because it allows you to teleport from one region to the next. And yeah, it's just an awesome spell. And obviously, with this being the only spell he can steal, he will always steal this. But yeah, the thing is, if you if you use one of the spells to be a non-offensive spell, then you're going to do less damage than your potential. But on the other hand, Rubick, yeah, he can carry a team, I guess, with the right spells. But normally he is just a support character anyway, so you might as well use it. Use the blink to get your telekinesis off, for example. And anti-mage disconnected here. That is very unfortunate. So we are going to lift up this guy and not get the kill. So yeah, Morphling has a great escape, and yeah, of course that was going to be hard to defeat anyway. So healing back up and going to mid lane here, because that is what we do. And picking up a double damage rune. Oh, actually bottling the double damage rune. Okay. So that is cute, because he did have a bottle, and the bottle of bottling a rune allows you to well, to get back all of your charges on your bottle, which allows you to get mana back and health back the next time. So it allows you to stay in the mid lane normally, but since this is a roaming Rubick, it doesn't really matter where he is. He's going to pick up some runes every now and then and be safe with that. So anyhow, yeah, he can actually go in here and do some damage and then blink back out. He can also use his blink to land his telekinesis, and he shouldn't really have too much trouble there. But yeah, well, just getting that done. He should really steal the spell here, because the last spell was a stun. And yeah, well, nicely done. Used his blink there to get close enough to land that last hit. But he could have just stolen that that spell. I don't really understand why he didn't. Maybe he was afraid to run out of mana, but yeah, 25 mana. You can steal whatever spell you want. It's not a big deal. But yeah, well, whatever. Anyhow, yeah, the blink is now gone, because, as I said, it's only for 3 minutes in the beginning. It goes up to 5 minutes, which is a pretty long time, but he will have to try to find that, well, a champion again to steal from. And of course the anti-mage comes to mind. So the steal has a pretty long range. Normally you can do it pretty safely, and you can actually get some very nice spells with it, especially if you steal 2 ultimates, for example. That would be a great thing to have. Though most of the time we of course want to have disables, because he already has 1 disable, so having 3 disables is just insanely good. And yeah, the haste rune was already picked up by Storm Spirit. So unfortunately we're going to have a disconnect here on the anti-mage. And yeah, it seems that he's not coming back at any point. Yeah, getting this this spell yeah, there, now he finally steals the spell. But now it's too late, and yeah, they're going to kill one of his teammates. He could have done so much better with that. Could also have stolen that boat now. But yeah, the boat was obviously out of range, or rather, the champion was out of range by the time he used that boat. And he did steal something here now. Ensnare. Does he? No, he can steal up to 2 spells, I think. Because why else would there be another passive? But yeah, he stole a 2nd spell, and it's actually overlapped with the first one. So I'm not actually sure how that worked. So anyhow, yeah, it seems that the anti-mage is just really out of the game, and that is unfortunate. It means that we're not going to really see a good game from Rubick. Yeah, can't really tell that before this. Well, before now. because it doesn't really display properly in the replays. This is actually a replay, it's not a live game. But yeah, it seems that we're just getting out of here with everyone. So yeah, that's I guess the conclusion to this. Yeah, they're still going to fight, but well, we're not going to see anything real anymore. And is he going to snare? No, 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 it's too expensive for him. The 150 mana that this one costs is just too expensive for using, and that's unfortunate. But I don't know, it seemed that he did use that that Kunkka spell once again. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't understand how this works then. I kind of assumed he would be able to steal 2 spells, because it doesn't say that he can't. Oh, and there are 2 thingies. Yeah, well, whatever. Maybe the second one is just a backup. There goes the snare, and are we now finally going to do it? Yes, 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 yes. This time they do get the kill, because he did get the snare off. Oh, there it is. There is the torrent. Yeah, that's what I feared. Because he did cast that, but apparently the spell switch, I really don't understand that exactly. I'm sure someone can put in the comments how that works exactly. But it doesn't say how that works. So it just says that you can actually use it, but it doesn't say that you can only have 1. Because it seems so likely that you can have 2. But well, whatever. He now has a level 4 on that, so that is a pretty big deal. So against Rubick, yeah, you might want to watch out when you cast which spell, because especially the disables are very, very powerful. And well, he can actually re-steal the spell now. And wow, getting owned by his own spell. How cool is that? Yeah, everyone disconnects. So we win by default here, because there's nobody left. And yeah, obviously we're not going to commentate on that. If you want, you can watch the rest of the game. I don't really care what you do. But yeah, this is obviously over, because there's no one left in the game. And yeah, what else is there to say? Anyhow, it seems that the enemy just gave up this this fight, and yeah, there's nothing left to do. Oh, they aren't going to play out the whole game. It was just the dire victory here because everyone disconnected. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.